This is the last section in the regression, correlation and hypothesis chapter 1 of the Applied Year 2 book, and this is hypothesis testing for zero correlation. So we've done hypothesis testing before, so we all know about H0 and H1, and what we can do is to see or test a hypothesis about correlation. Now, in the examples that we've done so far, we've found the PMCC or R for a sample, not the whole population. And the question we might be asking ourselves is, right, okay, if there is a correlation in a sample, does that mean that there's a correlation in the whole population? So for example, if I had a class of students in front of me and they did a maths test and a physics test, and there was a positive correlation in those students, does that necessarily mean that there is a positive correlation in all students that do a maths test and physics test? And this is what the hypothesis test allows us to do. So the first thing is that when we're testing for zero correlation, H0, the null hypothesis, is always that there is no correlation always. So just write that down. Okay, so the null hypothesis, H0, is always that there is no correlation. So it's always the case that there's no correlation. And then H1, the alternate hypothesis, is going to be either that there is a positive correlation, a negative correlation, or some type of correlation. So for H0, we use this Greek letter rho that looks like a P, and this basically means that there is no correlation in the population. So this represents the PMCC in the population. Now H1 could be that rho is greater than 0, so that would be that there is evidence to suggest that there's a positive correlation in the population. H1 could be that rho is less than 0, implying that there is a negative correlation, or evidence to suggest a negative correlation in the population. And if H1 is, or rho is not equal to 0, that suggests a correlation. Now that correlation could be positive or negative. So when we have something like this, that's going to be a two-tail test, which means splitting the significance level. Now we need to know how we're going to decide whether there's a correlation or not. We need some sort of critical value. And basically there's a table. We don't need to work these values out. We just go to this table that is titled Product Moment Coefficient. And this table is a table of critical values based on how big your sample is that you're doing the correlation on and the significance level. So you'll see there's a number there highlighted in this column. So this column here, that's going to be the significance level. And you can see at the moment we're looking at the 5% column. And this means that we've worked out the PMCC from a sample of 8. So let's say we worked out the PCC for a sample of 8. We got a value of R. We want to decide, does that mean that there's a correlation in a population or not? Well, this number here in that row and column tells us about the acceptance and rejection region. Now, we know that R can take a value from 1 to -1, with 0 in the middle. So this is R. And this value here is saying, right, 0.6215 and also -0.6215. Okay, it's basically saying, right, if you have a value of R that you've calculated and it's in this bit here, okay, it's close enough to 0, we would accept H0 because it's close to 0, and H0 is that there's no correlation. If, however, the value of R that you've calculated lands in this region or this region here, then that is where we would reject H0 or accept H1. Okay, so all we need to do is to look up a value in the table, compare it with our value of R, maybe draw a number line like this to help us, and that will help us decide whether we're going to accept or reject H0. And with all of these questions, accepting H0 is always going to be the bit in the middle, around 0, and rejecting H0 is going to be the bit in the tails, the bits in the end, and the tails will begin at the value we find from the table. Now, all this table only contains positive values, but it also, you can change all of those to negative values and use it at the other end as well, which is what I did. So you won't find any negative values in the table. Okay, so we can see on this question that a sample of 30, so I suppose we could say that n is 30, and this experiment was done and a value of R of -0.45 came up. Okay, so this does imply that there's some sort of correlation in the population. Now, this is not asking about a positive correlation or negative correlation. It says that they believe that there is no correlation. Okay, so H0 would be that there is no correlation, and H1 would be that is that there is some type of correlation. Doesn't say positive or negative, but there is some type of correlation, which means we're going to have to split our significance level and also look up values in the table. Now, I find it handy to draw a number line to help me work it out. So if I draw a number line like this, this is what I'm going to put my value of R on, and I had 1, 0, -1, and because this is no correlation here, or some type of correlation, I need to split the 10%. Yeah, this is a two-tail test. So I need to go to the table, I need to go to the 5% column, and I need to go to the sample of 30 row, and I should find a value of 0.3061 in your table. So I'm going to mark that on my number line. So about there, 0.3061, and the same on the negative side, minus 0.3061, and their value was minus 0.45. So minus 0.45 would be here. Now, I can shade it in if I want, colour it. This area here is where we would accept H0, it's close to 0, there's no correlation. If it's in the bit at the end, either end there, that's when I would accept H1, reject H0, because it's close enough to 1 or negative 1 to say that there's a correlation. So the scientists believe there is no correlation. Well, actually, the evidence suggests otherwise, because look where that value lies in the end. Yeah. So our conclusion is that we all say that there is enough evidence to reject H0. Okay, there is a correlation. In fact, it looks like a negative correlation between the masses of the two reactants. Or you might say that, you know, the scientists' claim or belief is incorrect, something like that. Okay. This question, the only difference with this one is that we actually need to calculate the PMCC, but we do exactly the same thing. So on our calculators, menu 6, number 2, and we're going to type those numbers in. I'll do that now. So 31, 28, 38, 37, 18, 17, 21, 29. We'll scroll back up and put the Y values in. 99, 94, 87, 80 twice, 80 and 80 again, 89, 84, 86. Right, now I press option, regression calculation number 4, and I get my value of R. Okay, so part A, okay, this we do on calculator, so done on calculator, and I get a value of R. I've typed these incorrectly as 0.1149. Well, that's really close to 0. That's looking like no correlation. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is part B, and it says test at the 10% significance level whether there's evidence of a positive correlation. Right, so H0, there's no correlation. H1 is that there's a positive correlation. Right, so what I'm going to do now is draw my number line to help me out. My number line of R, 1, 0, -1. And I'll look up, this is a one-tail test, so it's 10%. I'm going to look up in the table in the 10% column, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 is my sample size. I've got 8 pairs of numbers. So I'd look in the 8 row there and look up the critical value. And if I look up that critical value, it's 0.5067. So I'm going to put that on my number line, 0.5067. I don't need to put the negative one, I'll put it on anyway, because we're not looking at a negative correlation or a correlation. Now, where does my value of R lie? My value of R is here, 0.1149. Now, what did we say before? Right, if it's in this bit, that's where you would accept H0. If it's here, it's close to the ends, that's where you would reject H0. So the value isn't in this tail. Yeah, it's in the middle bit. It's close enough to 0 for us to say that there's evidence to suggest that there is not a correlation. We accept H0. So last we just write accept H0, and we're accepting H0 because this 0.1149 is less than the 0.5067, and there is not enough evidence to suggest a positive correlation. And obviously you would write down a sentence in context, so you talk about the maximum daily gust and daily maximum relative humidity and use that in your sentence. Okay, you should now be able to do exercise 1C on pages 10 to 12.